A lot has been said about the president's recent travel to the US. Here's a marketer's take. Hello, boys and girls. My name is Beard and Marketing, and as always, this is a platform where we talk about all things marketing. And in this case, we're just going to discuss the president's brand, right? The president recently traveled to the US, and he came in with a lot of goodies, a lot of investments. I think they're looking at building an expressway from Nairobi all the way to Mombasa, which is commendable, right? But I feel like his PR team let him down a bit, especially on the private jet story. And I wanted us to have a little bit of a discussion around that. So here are the reasons why I would have advised the president to, number one, fly with KQ and make the most noise about that, right? So point number one, if he would have flown, right, with KQ, and landed in in the US, one of the things that would have happened is that there would have been a lot of noise, there would have been a lot of talk, right? How is a whole president of Africa flying on a normal, commercial jet, yeah? And the PR team would have flexed that story in a very interesting way. They would have said the reason why the president decided to fly with KQ and fly a commercial jet into America, not a commercial jet like a commercial airline into America, was because of, number one, it has a lower carbon footprint. The president of Kenya has been seen to talk a lot, about climate change, and the fact that climate change is really affecting Africa, despite the fact that we were the lowest contributors to these effects that we're seeing, right? This would have been a really powerful narrative to have pushed during his time in the US. I would have been like, we were given the option, like he had options. He had the option of either going with the private jet, which we now know didn't cost as much as we thought, and he also had the option of flying with KQ. If he would have flown KQ, he would have had this beautiful narrative about climate change. He would have made a lot of noise once he got there. The PR team would have made a lot of noise internationally, and people would be asking a lot of questions. Why was the president of Kenya flying in a normal commercial airline, right? That would have been point number one. Point number two is that the PR team simply does not understand that for Kenyans, it's really not about the cost. It's not about how much the jet cost. And this is the thing that people don't seem to understand, right? It's the fact that it is seen that the president is living in opulence and luxury, whilst us, the common wananchi, are suffering. All of us know what's going around in the Kenyan landscape. We've been paying taxes, we've been getting tax hikes. 2023 we got a tax hike, 2024 we are getting another tax hike. Seeing our president traveling in such luxury with such a huge entourage does not sit well with Kenyans. And that's the thing that they don't realize. It's not about how many deals you brought back. It's about the fact that the president is not being seen to be empathizing with Kenyans and living this tough time with Kenyans. It looks like Kenyans are suffering, but the president is living large. And this is the one thing that the PR team for the president needs to figure out, and they need to show that the president is actually empathizing with Kenyans, that he's actually living these austerity measures that he keeps on preaching. And that is my take. This has been Beard and Marketing. Tell me if you agree or disagree with me. It's not about politics, it's just about our opinions, and it's about critiquing things in an honest manner. I hope I don't Sorry, boys and girls, this will be the first episode of Beard and Marketing that will not be a one take. So there's a point that I also wanted to add over and above the points that I already mentioned. Imagine if the president actually flew with KQ. We know that KQ has been struggling. Imagine the equity it would build on the brand KQ, that our airline is president worthy, right? How many Kenyans would it inspire to fly with KQ? What would that have done to the brand equity of KQ, right? How this story has panned out, it has made KQ look like it's not like an airline that is worth our president flying in. And that says a lot. about the brand. So yeah, I feel like it was a bit unfortunate how the PR team handled this. Given the opportunity, I would have done it very, very differently. So yeah.